Welcome back to the channel. Working on a John Deere 2020A ProGator again. We do have quite a few of these, so don't think that they're breaking all the time. They're actually pretty good machines. But we run them hard and put them up wet for sure. But what happened with this guy is we got a call, no start, turn the key switch on, no lights. So sounded like a dead battery. Our assistant went out and tried to jump it off. It wouldn't jump off. We pushed it back over here to the shop and hooked the jump box to it, started right up. Looked at the battery. Battery was 4 years old. So why not change the battery? And put a new battery in it. It worked fine. And then the next day, no start. Turn the key switch on, no lights. So we started doing a little troubleshooting. And I'm gonna show you what we found. If you don't have some of these alligator clips for your multimeter, highly recommend it. Super handy to have. So what we got is I hooked the red lead to battery positive. I hooked the black lead to the starter, and we should read 0 volts. So the key switch is not on, everything's turned off, and my meter is just going back and forth between 6 volts and 8 volts. I turn the key switch on and my meter goes to 10 volts. So we got a 10 volt drop from the battery to the starter. So why is that? I don't know. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper and see what we can find out. More than likely, we got a corroded connection, a bad connection somewhere. So we can test from the battery post to the battery terminal. So we're going to do that next. So I still have my positive lead just clipped on the terminal here. And I'm going to go straight to the battery post. And we have 0 volts. Key switch is still turned on. So that tells me this connection here is pretty good. And this is what I should have from this terminal to the terminal at the starter. Let's went back to the terminal here. I'm still reading 10.9. Uh-oh. Okay, so I just moved the cable back here at the battery terminal. And now you see what our drop is. I heard the fuel pump kick on, and we got 0.1 volts drop. So I do think it's something in the battery cable where it connects at the battery. All I done here was just wiggle this. And this actually, yep, there it went. So I don't know if it's where this fits in, where the cable's fitting into the terminal, but that's my guess right now. So we're going to cut this apart and see what we see. Just to show you this, while everything's still hooked up, I still got the one lead to the starter, one lead to the battery post. I've wiggled the positive cable is reading 0 right now. Key switch is off. I'm gonna turn on the key switch. And it goes to 12, just like that. I mean, so we definitely got a major issue there. On first inspection here, I don't see anything wrong with this at all. So we're gonna I don't know if I can cut this or not, but I'm gonna try. Don't look terrible there. Actually looks okay. Definitely some corrosion in there. I'm gonna peel back a little bit of this wire just to see if there's any corrosion in here. Yep, I don't see anything there, but there is a lot of corrosion there. I'm gonna clean that up with a wire brush and get another terminal to put on here. We'll go from there. All right, I had to order one of these fittings terminals, but I'm gonna solder it on. This is definitely the best way, in my opinion, to make a repair to a battery cable. You know, I know we've all seen those where you got the 2 bolts here and you crimp the wire in there. They're junk. If you want to save yourself a lot of time, just get one of these. I got this one from McMaster-Carr. I'm sure you can find them in a lot of other places. You got to strip a little bit more wire. And yeah, it takes a little bit longer to do it, but easier to do it right now than have to keep fixing it over and over again, because those other ones don't last too long. All right. Make sure it fits. This is a 4-gauge wire, and this is a 4-gauge terminal. I might lose a strand or two, but I might have stripped just a little too much. I don't want that much sticking out. Give it a little trim. This out. This is just an old vise I had, and I didn't want to throw it away. I don't need it in the shop right now, but it comes in super handy for stuff like this. Yeah, it's pretty good there. I'm gonna put a little flux on here. It's just a liquid flux. Put some down in here too. Okay, we got a good torch now. I'm just gonna heat this up down here. I'm not gonna heat the wire up. I see some flux bubbling out already. Once you get it warm enough, the solder will just flow right in there. So I took my heat away, still putting solder in. Kind of feel how easy the solder goes in there. I'm just going to keep putting solder in until it kind of spills out the top, which it is now. Yeah, it's coming out the top, so should be good. These do come in positive and negative. So this one's red is positive for the positive side. The only difference is the terminal's a little wider for the post. That's the only deal there. The other thing that I did is just took a little zip tie and zip tied this up and kind of compressed that to get it out of the way for the soldering. If you don't have a set or a pair of flush cut pliers, they are super handy. And you can't cut anything big and heavy with them, but I just use them for zip ties. And it's definitely a big pet peeve if I'm working on something and I cut myself with a zip tie because somebody used a pair of side cutters or diagonal cutters. With flush cuts, if you cut the zip tie off, no sharp edges there. You don't get that with other pliers. So anyway, just another quick tip. I could have took this table off, or I mean, took the whole cable off, took it to the bench, and done the same thing, but didn't want to waste that much time. Well, it's good night. Let's see if this thing will start up. The lights are coming on. That's a good sign. We do need to put it in neutral. Parking brakes on. All right, beautiful sign. I hope this helps. If you're having an issue similar to this, always do a voltage drop test if you can. It's one of the best tools we got in our toolbox, simple to do with any multimeter, and you're doing it on the positive side and the ground side, and the circuit needs to be energized. Like, you need to make it do work, because if everything's turned off, you're not going to see the drop. So you got to have the switch on, you got to be sending power to whatever you're testing, and it's going to show up. So until next time, see you, bye.